Men and women experience gut disorders differently. Let's think about why that would be. We all are born with the same digestive anatomy, but functional gastrointestinal disorders can look different depending on impacts from being male or female gender. Women are more likely to experience bloating, constipation, and irritable bowel syndrome earlier in life as compared to men. Men usually are presenting later. They can have reflux, abdominal pain, even fatigue and what looks like inflammation after the symptoms have been building a little bit more quietly, a little bit more slowly. That's not always the case. Everybody doesn't feel that way and fit into these two perfect categories, but broadly speaking, that's what we tend to see. Hormones, immune system signaling, and how our nervous system is processing things like stress differently. That those things can all have an impact on how our gut is going to show up for us and what the symptoms are going to look like. So we have different biology and different patterns, but we have the exact same need for treatment. So whatever it's looking like, if you're male or female, these symptoms can show up, and it's worth talking to a gastroenterologist and also having a psychiatrist helping out to help to distinguish why the functional GI disorder might actually be part of the root cause of the issue. Welcome to part two of men versus women in functional gastrointestinal disorders. Why do men often get diagnosed later with gut disorders? Men are less likely to actually report these early gut symptoms. It's not because they're not feeling them, but sometimes those signals can look differently in men versus women. Men tend to mount stronger inflammatory responses, and they might notice fatigue, reflux, or metabolic changes before they notice the classic IBS symptoms. By the time they're seeking care, the gut brain axis might have already been pretty dysregulated for a while. And so treatment for men tends to focus more on inflammation, nervous system regulation, and recovery, not just direct symptom suppression. Part three of men versus women in functional gastrointestinal disorders. This is why generic gut advice doesn't work. Functional gastrointestinal disorders aren't just about food, they're about gut brain immune system. Women might be more sensitive to hormonal shifts and visceral pain signaling. We talk about that hypervisceral sensitivity in women. And men might be more affected by stress, inflammation, sleep disruptions, and underfueling. So, if treatment is not accounting for those sex differences and nervous system patterns and different lifestyle contexts, then it's probably going to fail. So, thinking about all the factors that impact you on a very personal level is the way to move forward in a functional gastrointestinal disorder.